Are COVID vaccines proving to be fatal? This question has been doing the rounds since the day Centre announced their availability. Today, we are back to addressing those doubts yet again. Here is why. Over 20 heart attack deaths have been reported in around 40 days in Karnataka's Hassan. What has sparked concerns is that many of the deceased are either young or middle-aged at best. The state government has formed a team of experts to investigate the deaths, and while experts are looking into the matter, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has sown seeds of doubt. He has claimed in a public statement that these deaths could be possibly related to the COVID vaccine, which he says were approved in his. It's not the only incident that sparked concerns. Earlier, actor Shefali and her sudden death triggered similar doubts, with Samajwadi Party MLA Rais Sheikh raising that COVID vaccine could be the cause of this death. We have witnessed several such incidents in the past where young people had just collapsed and died. Some of them while jogging, exercising, playing cricket and dancing. These deaths fueled apprehensions of a possible COVID vaccine link. However, series of studies and doctors have denied any correlation. Listen in.
ICMR की एक स्टडी है जिन्होंने वैक्सीन इनको लगी है उसको एक्सप्लोर किया और उन्होंने जो यंग एज में सडन डेथ्स हो रही हैं उनके साथ उनका कोरिलेशन देखने की कोशिश की तो ये देखा गया कि जो वैक्सीन लग रही है उसके साथ सडन डेथ्स के का कोई कोरिलेशन नहीं है। एम्स न्यू दिल्ली की भी स्टडी हुई थी जिन्होंने यंग लोगों में सडन डेथ का कारण पता करने की कोशिश की थी जो एकदम हार्ट अटैक हो रहा है उसने भी कोई कोरिलेशन कोविड-19 के वैक्सीन के साथ नहीं पाया था।
हमारी अपनी स्टडी जो हमने 1600 पेशेंट्स के अंदर की थी उसमें हमने सिंपल एक चीज देखा 1600 हार्ट अटैक के पेशेंट्स को लिया। आपको जानकर हैरानी होगी हमारी स्टडी में हमने ये दिखाया कि जिन लोगों को कोविड वैक्सीन मिला है न केवल उनके अंदर हार्ट अटैक, ऑल कॉज मोर्टेलिटी और सडन डेथ होने के चांसेस कम हैं, उन लोगों की डेथ होने के चांसेस भी सिग्निफिकेंटली कम होते हैं।
So straight to the debate, and I want to ask Ghanshyam Tiwari. Ghanshyam Tiwari, why is the Samajwadi Party, whether it comes to taking vaccinations, raising doubts, whether it comes to a death of somebody, raising doubts about COVID vaccine, is this an attempt by both Siddaramaiah, the Congress Party and the Samajwadi Party, कि और किसी चीज पे alliance हो ना हो, vaccine doubt, COVID vaccine doubt जरूर कर दो? Is it fair?
Navika, this is an important question and there are three facets to it. One is that do people of India and can people of India trust the Prime Minister and this government to tell truth about anything, whether it is Operation Sindoor or the data around COVID? That's one. They could not tell the number of deaths. They could not tell the number of deaths due to lack of oxygen. They still will not reveal, even if they know, the impact that vaccines will have. Second, from Lancet to Nature magazine to various other notable publications across the world, scientific publications, there is a continuous research that associate the COVID vaccine with conditions of heart and other issues, and they cannot be brushed aside. It is for years to come that these journals will report serious research that link the two. And three, it is a fact that at the time, the kind of havoc that COVID was creating, there was a rush at the level of governments to put vaccines, enable vaccines for everyone, and there was limited time to conduct full and creditable research. So unlike the government, we will ensure that as this research and as these instances come out, questions are raised because this government only tells half truth. They continue to tell lies, but they tell half truth when they are put under pressure. I hope that with as more research comes out, there's enough pressure for the government to at least tell half truth around it.
Respond, Shehzad.
Navika, there is unfortunately no antidote for virulent politics that in the name of Modi Virod Sena, फिर सनातन का अपमान, अब विज्ञान का भी अपमान. By the way, we are speaking to a person who comes from a party who called the vaccine BJP vaccine. This is the same party which said that importance hota hai parties, vaccines. Anyways, let's go on to the other point. Let's take the point that Siddaramaiah ji is making and three logical questions. One, if 250 crore doses of vaccines have been administered, how come the rise of cardiac arrest is only taking place in Hassan district, not anywhere else in the world where these vaccines have been administered? What studies have been quoted by Siddaramaiah ji himself to back his claims? Nothing. There is an ICMR AIMS study and many other studies, and including people like Kiran Majumdar-Shaw. And by the way, this morning, Dr. Trayan spoke to Times Now. You showed Dr. Mohit Gupta, who has shown a research of 1,600 people and has said that those who don't take the vaccine actually are at a greater risk of cardiac arrest than the people who have taken the vaccine. But having said that, let me make three more last points. I want to ask now, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari has quoted Lancet study, and he said very cleverly, COVID vaccine ka propensity for cardiac arrest. He is not telling you that the platforms used by the Covishield or the Covaxin are the safest platforms. In fact, it is the mRNA vaccine of Pfizer and Moderna which led to myocarditis. It was those vaccines which they were advocating for. Who was batting for Pfizer? Who was batting for Moderna? Rahul Gandhi, Arvind Kejriwal, and all their ilk, even though there was no logistical way of having those mRNA vaccines, and the vaccines that were there by the Covaxin, which was an inactivated vaccine, and Covishield, both of them are the most trusted platforms, which are the most effective platforms, and this has been done by many studies. Now, Ghanshyamji, I ask you only two questions. Quote me the study that Covaxin was unsafe, and quote me how and where you came to conclusion that it is a BJP vaccine, not a vaccine made by scientists of India. Please give me the specific answer.
Well, the specific answer is, the second part is very easy. It's a full toss ball in some way. Each of us sitting here have been vaccinated in our lifetimes. None of us carry the certificate of vaccination with Prime Minister's photograph on it. Shehzad would have gotten enough vaccinations as a child. He doesn't have enough pictures of Prime Minister.
No, the school I went to was also named after Rajiv and Indira Gandhi. So
please don't interrupt.
The airport I go to is named after Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. So the road I travel on is named after Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi and Nehru. So answer the question, Ghanshyam. For a change, use your Harvard degree properly. Use your Harvard degree properly. Don't make them embarrassed. They must be watching the debate and feeling embarrassed. Ki kisko de di degree? Answer the question. Where is the study to show Covaxin causes heart attacks? Show the study.
Name calling. I don't have to do name calling. That's point number one.
No, you have done a lot of name calling. I don't need no certificate from you.
All right.
Answer the question.
No. Simple question. Ghanshyam Tiwari, is there a study that you're quoting which says this?
Right. So I'm calling out to your viewers that look at Lancet study with respect to COVID vaccine. That's number one.
Vaccine? कौन सी vaccine?
Which COVID vaccine? Please name the vaccine.
Okay, we spoke. The title of the debate is COVID vaccine. You can say mRNA vaccine. You can also. I'm coming to AstraZeneca.
We didn't take mRNA vaccine. We don't take mRNA.
Well, this is unfair. You have to name, because they are based on different scientific formula, and a formula is important in a vaccine. Suhail said, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a doctor, but we know that there was a debate in the country at that time. Pfizer and Moderna was not approved by ICMR, while Covaxin and the Serum Institute vaccine were both approved. I want to ask you, can we make a generalized statement, "Arey vaccine laga hai, heart attack ho jayega"? We have not got any heart attacks, and we don't live in Hassan. So?
Stupidity, but there's no cure for misinformation across the world. You have a lot of jokers and jerks, if I may use that word with politeness, who will offer an opinion on everything. Siddaramaiah, who can barely spell doctor, is now giving an opinion on COVID vaccines. When I last checked, Ghanshyam Tiwari was not a member of the FRCS, so hadn't done his medical course, but he's also giving an opinion. It's very easy to quote a study. For every study that you quote, someone else will come and quote another study. But what are you doing in the process? Again, you're denigrating the scientific inputs that have been provided within this country. Number two, you're causing fear. Number three, you're again rumor mongering and allowing people to say, oh, if I've suffered, no one will talk about underlying conditions. No one will talk about congenital or hereditary issues. I mean, have you guys actually lost the plot? Is your hatred because you are unable to become, your leaders are unable to become prime minister, foreign minister, whatever the hell it is? Have you all become so debased that you now want to trash everything that is Indian?
Important point. And Vivek Srivastava, I want to ask you, would you believe doctors of AIMS and doctors of ICMR, or would you believe Siddaramaiah, who hasn't really evoked too much confidence with the caste survey that he has done? Forget about, being a person labeling vaccines whether they are responsible for heart attacks?
Right. I'll believe Mr. Siddaramaiah because this particular government sitting at the center, it will use anybody and everybody to just forward it. My question is very simple. Let us assume, I'm not even saying, let us assume, एक minute, sir. Let us assume that Covishield actually is causing deaths today.
Why should I assume that? Why should I assume that without proof? Why should I assume that without proof, Vivek Srivastava? I will not. Assumptions on vaccines cannot be made. Assumptions on vaccines, on medical issues cannot be made in the political manner that you are trying to make them. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Assumptions cannot be made in the manner that you are making. I'm completely out of time. But ladies and gentlemen, like everything in this country, is medical science also going to be questioned and be subjected to rumor mongering? Would you believe your doctors? Would you believe the national institutes that actually go through this entire process? Would you believe the Prime Minister who gave COVID vaccines to this nation not once but twice? 250 crore people were vaccinated. Would you believe him, or would you believe those who have called this a BJP vaccine? And probably, if they had dissuaded people from taking that vaccine, many of them would have lost their lives during the pandemic. I just want to caution you. I just want to caution you on such issues. Please go by what your doctor says. Politicians are certainly not authorized, nor are they people who are experienced in saying yes or no to any medical advice. Well, the problem with them is just this. Even an issue of medical science becomes an issue of politics. And that is something we don't have a vaccination for. That vaccine, maybe built in the future, isn't available just yet. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on the News Hour. Good night, be safe, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be back with the Friday Spotlight tomorrow, same time.
The News Hour at 9.